Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 2024 OS World Cup. We're in the round of 16. Lower bracket, 32nd seed Belarus set to take on 16th seeded Romania. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Doland, and I'll be joined by Miles. How's it going?
I'm doing great, Doland. Belarus, first time in the tournament, most notably seeing them here. I think surprised just about everyone to see them here, getting into the OS World Cup at seed 32 this year. Another surprise to be qualifying. And to go up against Romania, I think another surprise to see them here, a team most people are used to seeing go to some really late stages. But unfortunately, dropping to Brazil in the last round, they get met with Belarus here. We've got an Eastern European matchup on our hands.
Yeah, indeed. There's a little bit of a rivalry here geographically, as you've pointed out, between these countries. That's good for the time zones, though, so they're both playing at comfortable times. And for Belarus, it's about getting their first point on the board in World Cup history. That's the name of the game, their first ever appearance in OWC. And Miles, as you mentioned, the 32nd seed had to go through a gauntlet this year, facing off against 65 countries in the qualifiers to earn that title of 32nd seed.
And then in the round of 32, they had the pleasure of facing South Korea in that matchup. So now against Romania, this matchup is one where I think they have a little bit of a better chance of earning a point.
Yeah, and they're going to ban Hidden 1 here. Belarus are at the start, so leaving Hidden 2 in shows you they're okay with the reading.
There isn't really much reading in this pool for Hidden 2. This pool structure is a little bit of a meme. The reading's actually in No Mod 4. This Hidden 1 is that finger control flow aim kind of rhythm control map, with the Hidden 2 being a flow tech pick, so they're leaving that one open. But for Belarus, when they did get through qualifiers, they really made a name for themselves on some of the more mechanically heavy picks. Actually, the one compared score that they have a higher one than Romania on any map throughout the tournament is the qualifiers DT2, as well as the DT1 actually, so 2 maps. So that's where I think Belarus in this map pool are going to try to take that point. That DT1, DT2, DT3, all things that they're going to like, and I would say Romania would ban, but that team is also pretty dang good at mechanics.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's kind of also in Romania's wheelhouse, so to speak, so I don't think they're going to ban that. They're probably just going to welcome the challenge from Belarus in that department. But speaking of bans, they're on the clock still, and they have not made a ban, so maybe a little bit of a tough decision here from Romania, and could be a couple different strategies they're mulling over. They are going to go with Hard Rock 1, finally, as the ban here.
HR1 Batsubio, that fast, awkward aim map, getting rid of that one. A decent choice against Belarus. I mean, I feel like the classic strategy for lower-seeded teams against teams that are much higher-seeded than them is to pick the aim maps. So getting rid of an aim map if you're the higher-seeded team, not a bad idea. But I still think
the speed aim and maybe a little bit of the mechanics in there as well. A comfort pick for sure for Belarus.
But still, all 3 of those DTs are going to be open, as well as that free mod 3, so all of the tapping mechanics is there for Belarus to pick if they want to.
And it is going to be Belarus who have the first pick of this match, so a chance for them to start things off on the right foot. And this is the moment they've been waiting for here, and reading, it's going to be No Mod 4, as you mentioned, the reading pick by Mapper Vetoed.
This is actually not what I expected from them at all, because in the last week, they had, we'll just say, not the best score on one of the reading maps in the pool. I think they might have gotten one of the lowest scores I've ever seen. On a round of 32 map, they had a player getting like 70k on a Broken Moon. So seeing them come back and pick a reading map this week, that actually blows my mind.
I mean, it's clearly got to be a decent one for him, though, to lead the match off with it. That is what's making it kind of surprising here, because, as you mentioned, that was one of the worst performances. But obviously, it's a new map pool, a new week, and maybe they just feel much better on this map than Broken Moon.
And it might just... And I honestly think it might just be the hidden diff, because that score was on Vudek, who has been one of their strongest players throughout the tournament, so maybe the no mod is going to make a big difference for him on this, if he comes in at all.
We'll have to wait and see. Romania with their full roster. LCRS, Kahest, ETN, and Origin. Belarus awaiting a fourth. It is going to be Temazi Pro here, not going to be Vudek.
Temazi Pro is the other player who's really been putting in the work for Belarus. I think you could give him maybe the most credit for their qualification. He went absolutely nuclear in the qualifiers, and they're going to need some more strong performances from him to take a point off Romania. Because Romania, I think, notably this year, for the first time in a very long time, without Badu, so they don't have that reading X factor this year. And maybe Belarus deciding to pick into that because of that.
Yeah, definitely that has to play a factor, because if they had Badu still, this would be an ill-advised pick to say the least. But Romania, even without Badu, are still the 16th seed, so it is certainly going to be an uphill battle. But for Belarus, this has to be their best bet, their first pick in their lower bracket match. We'll see if they can make this shot count here. Holops, Flover, Nuo, and Temazi Pro for Belarus against LCRS, Kahes, ETN, and Origin.
We see a couple of early breaks for Belarus, though. Nuo and Temazi Pro on the slow part, finding a couple breaks that won't really matter. This map is almost 3 minutes long, but it doesn't bode well for them.
Yeah, Holops also going down now. So that's 3 FCs gone very early on. Romania looking solid, and there goes the fourth full combo for Belarus.
And Romania, it's still looking so strong. Kess down at 93%, but accuracies on the teammates are going to make up for that, especially with the low accuracy matching on Nuo for the side of Belarus. So it's going to be about 80k of early lead, and that's only going to grow with a couple more breaks on Belarus.
And Nuo and Holops, they're going down once again as we approach the midsections of the map. Nuo really struggling here alongside Holops, and Romania have yet to find a break. Origin will find the first one. LCRS, Cash, wait, Romania, and these are in the middle sections of the map. That's absolutely devastating. ETN the only one to hold. Temazi Pro is actually fighting him off. But unfortunately, Belarus just got so behind early on. Wait a minute, Romania's falling apart, and there's one lone pillar remaining for Belarus and Temazi Pro.
Temazi Pro is all alone. He has to make up this 200k lead all by himself, though. And that's really hard on Nomad. There's no score multiplier. He really needs his teammates to stabilize.
Has supporting combo from Flover, who's fighting off LCRS. That is absolutely massive. ETN is building up, but look at this full combo here, doing work on the scoreline. 150k. This would be absolutely legendary for Belarus. Quarter of the map left. No teammates helping him. Oh, it's going to be tough. He's gonna need a miss from one LCRS or ETN's gonna need to fall. And there it is! Oh no, but there goes Temazi Pro!
So close.
Oh! Everybody else falls, but unfortunately for Belarus, that's still 120k into the ending. Temazi Pro is gonna at least keep the scoreline respectable for Belarus, but it will unfortunately be a break point. Oh, solid effort.
Really solid effort. Temazi Pro just had to hold on for a little bit more, and this one could have been interesting going into this slow ending, but unfortunately not having the backing score from his team really on this one. Nuo down at 133k.
I mean,
not doing
top
him any
score
favors.
in the lobby by far. By well over 100,000. The top scorer in the lobby is Temazi Pro, but it's a team game. The consistent team performance from Romania will take the point. Unfortunate, just Nuo never really could get into rhythm. As well as Holops, and man, you hate to see it, but plenty more chances they will have in this match, and Noma 1 is actually going to be the response from Romania.
I really like this pick from Romania. Like, not only are they all mechanics players on that team, I think they're all flow aim players too. A lot of these players really strong at streams, looking at players like ETN, Nanoya, Lucrece, Kest, all of them are going to be really good at this type of thing. And I'm also not too worried for Belarus yet. They still have some of those DTs, which they actually did have a couple higher compared scores on in the qualifier results, so they should have at least a couple more good picks left in this match.
Indeed, we see a couple substitutions here. 42 MS coming in for Belarus. And also, you have to wonder how much the nerves were affecting Belarus there at the start.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it on that map. So many of them missing on that early slow part. That's just... I guess that's what happens when you're in the OWC for the first time.
Yeah, and they know going into this match, they're not playing against the #1 seed. This is the match they've probably been doing the most preparation for, the most practice for. So there's definitely a lot on the line for them.
You see a couple substitutions on Romania, though. Sylvian and Alex Balea are going to be coming in. So it's going to be Etienne, Nanoya, Sylvian, and Alex Balea to go up against Haleps, Floveris, 42MS, and Temazi Pro on Romania's first pick. This map, one of the longest ones in the pool, 4 minutes and 20 seconds of mostly 180 BPM flow aim patterns.
It looks like the rosters are finally going to be set here after a couple more substitutions from Romania.
The GLHFs coming out in the chat. Here we go with Romania's first pick.
Yeah, they're aiming for that no-mod consistency. You can tell right off the bat what the plan is. And there is the start command, finally going to be getting round number 2 underway. Also, we want to remind you, if you want to catch the other match that's going on at this time, the Russian Federation taking on China, that's over on the B stream. You can head over to twitch.tv/OsuLive_2 to check that match out. Or tab it open and keep us with you. Multitask. Here we go.
Don't know if multi-Twitch still exists, but I love to use that during OWC season, have a couple matches on at a time.
It's all about that OWC experience. Here we go. 100 combo in. And everyone looking good. It was actually a slight advantage for Belarus here up the start via accuracy as well as that miss from ETN. So early advantage for him.
Oh, but
traded out.
Yeah, traded break for Temazi Pro, so it's going to be 3 FCs to 3 out of the start. But Alex Balea going to find a break there on that part. Slider break for him, keeps his accuracy up. That's going to throw the combo lead back in favor of Belarus for now.
Yeah, as the combo builds, Belarus will be able to pull that back over. Still very close here. Quarter of the map is gone. And it's a very high-pressure situation already. And Haleps is going to be the next one to crack here, and that's going to swing the advantage over to Romania.
Oh, Floveris.
And now it's going to get ugly pretty quickly here for Belarus unless we see a break on the Romanian side. They're still looking good with 2 FCs out of Sylvian and Nanoya. ETN with that supporting combo has recovered quite nicely, as well as Temazi Pro, but 42 MS is going to miss on the side of Belarus, and that is not what Belarus needed to see.
They couldn't really afford that miss. 42 MS was that full combo with the Temazi support. They were still in an area where they could fight back on this pick if the breaks were to come in from Romania. But now it's looking really dominant for Romania at around the 1/3 mark of this map.
Oh, wait a minute!
Sylvian, that's going to throw them a bone.
Yeah, and that's a bone, and they broke in the middle of the map. So Sylvian is going to be score capped here, as well as 42 MS, but had already missed prior. So it's imperative for Nanoya and ETN to hold these big combos through to ensure the point for Romania. Temazi Pro trying to keep up with him. We see some recovery combos building on the side of Belarus. So they are in position to strike, but they need to see just a couple more breaks. They'll be right back in it. Oh, there's one from Alex Balea, and that's a big drop. Haleps will trade one back, but had already found a miss before. Temazi Pro is going to go down as well.
Temazi Pro going down. I think that might do it on this pick as long as ETN and Nanoya can hold. That's 1K plus combos for the side of Romania, 230K score lead, and that's only going to grow exponentially now into the last third of the map, unfortunately for Belarus.
Yeah, unfortunately, they would need to see that double miss happen basically right now, and it is not happening.
Into this slower section of the map. ETN and Nanoya just gonna eat this up. Every note they both hold on is gonna be their lead growing even more.
Sylvian finding a few misses here, but it really matters not with these big combos from ETN and Nanoya.
Into the Space Stream section, seeing a couple more breaks coming out from Sylvian and Floverus. But none of that matters because ETN and Nanoya, two of the veteran players for Romania, so strong for such a long time, going to be growing this lead on their own to 550k plus.
Yeah, at this point, an insurmountable advantage. The 2-0 lead secured for Romania. And now the question is, will the FC come through?
Looks like it might for Nanoya. ETN gonna drop the big combo right at the end, but Nanoya still holding on that 99%. Let's see if he can do it.
Into the final sections. Will it happen? Oh yeah, looks like it.
Ooh.
Does not get fooled by the final slider. I forgot about that one. I was worried I had cursed him. But secured by Nanoya, a beautiful score, 99.22, full combo.
2,000 combo on that map, full comboing all of it. Great stuff from Nanoya. In his return to Team Romania this year, he didn't play on the team last year, but coming back has been such a big asset for Romania, and this is why.
And now the pick will go back over to Belarus, and we'll see what they have in store for their second pick of the match. They led with Nomad 4. But it is going to be DT2. You had alluded to their performance on the double times. And they're going to go with Chain Destruction. It's been a popular pick this weekend.
I like this one for them. I would have liked any of the double times or the free mod 3 for them, but this one probably the best. When you compare the Romania and Belarus qualifier score, that DT2 is the biggest difference for Belarus in their favor. Although that one is more of like a lower BPM stamina map, and this one is a higher BPM speed map. So it's a little bit of a different optic on this one, but still one where I think they have a very good shot of winning.
And a little bit shorter of a map too. Romania have been picking the longer, more consistent base maps so far. I mean, only Nomad 1 has been picked by them, but it's very clear that they want to test the consistency of Belarus. We're going to get to see some new players step in. We get to see Vudek check in with Visteri for Belarus.
Another fun fact about this map, this is a reused OWC map from 11 years ago. OWC 2013, I think, Grand Finals hidden map.
Wow. That is actually, that would be the first ever official World Cup. I believe there was OWC 1 and 2 before that. But yeah, that'd be the first official staff World Cup.
Map's a proper classic.
And now it's in round of 16.
On double time. Yep.
On double time. My oh my.
Yeah, I got a couple reused maps in this pool actually. This one and Free Mod 2 Silent Voyage is from OWC 2016 Grand Finals, the hidden pool. So, got some classic maps in here this week.
Yeah, we're just pulling stuff from Grand Finals hidden pools. All right, GL's in the chat. Looks like we're getting set to get started in round number 3. Just keeping you up to date with the other match going on. China currently leads the Russian Federation 2-1 after winning their pick. Russia is up next. That was Hidden 2 that was played last that China won on.
Very definitively too. That was a 1,000,000-point victory for China on that map. Yeah,
and once again, that match on the B stream if you want to check that out. But we're going to get back into this. Round number 3. A pick that has a lot of potential to look good here for Belarus. Off the start, it's Romania's accuracy netting them the advantage.
This is the first pick for Belarus that brings Vudek in the lobby. A player who looked really good for them in their previous showings. But so far, that accuracy will favor Romania out of the beginning, but we've yet to really get into the intense sections of the map, but we're about to get into the first Ki.
Yep, and it's a 30k. Oh, Bancho, please. Oh, is that client or is that real? Oh, that's a real miss out of Vudek. 4-3. Traded by Sylvian. Belarus are going to need a little more help here. They're still very much in it. Approaching the halfway mark. Sylvian with another miss.
Here's an aim pattern. This aim pattern coming up right now could be missable, but it's going to be Vudek to drop on it.
Oh, misses coming out from everywhere, but it favors Romania in the end. It's only Temezi Pro, Nanoya, and ETN to survive that. 2 FCs to 1, and it's dire straits for Belarus into the final third.
Once again, Nanoya and ETN, who else? 2 maps in a row now, clutching up for Romania. Holding on to those full combos. Temezi Pro on the other side trying his best, but he needs one of Nanoya or ETN to break. Oh, Nanoya dropping a lot of vac on that burst, but still holding on to the combo.
Yeah, but combo is the name of the game right now. Combo gaming for Romania will secure this point, but if we see a double break, things could change, but we're running out of time, and it looks as if Romania are going to take this one away from Belarus here and take a 3-0 lead. Basteri and Vudek going to go down once again before the ending, and that will seal the deal. Nanoya misses at the last note. Unfortunate.
Couple FCs locked in on this one. ETN and Temezi Pro matching each other, but once again, the Romanian team depth just outdoing Belarus on all facets of this one.
Oh man, and your heart breaks for Belarus because it was close until it wasn't, man. It was really close until that flurry of trades came in and only 3 players were left standing. And that was the end of that one, unfortunately, for Belarus, but they will still have at least one more pick in this match.
Yep, and that they will. But for Romania now, back to their pick. I'm curious to see what they go for here. If they want to continue picking the long maps, like that Nomad one, they've got things like the Free Mod one as well. That one is the next kind of long, consistent map in the pool, joined with DT1, but I don't think they'd want to pick DT1 into Belarus. You kind of want to pick away from the wheelhouse that they want to pick from, you know? But it's going to be the HC2 pick. I kind of like this one because this is one of those pick strategies where you're picking more into your opponent's weakness rather than your own strength. Because Belarus, not really a hidden team at all. They banned the hidden one. They clearly don't like the mod. So Romania, even though they aren't necessarily a hidden team either, they know they can probably do better than Belarus on this.
A solid bet at times here, as you said, playing to your opponent's weakness. And we saw they banned Hidden 1, and Belarus have shown to be a team that really don't like the aim picks, the 1 slots typically. So would not be surprised to see Romania kind of continue that strategy for the remainder of the match, as long as it goes.
And another update on the B-Stream match. China has just breakpointed Russia on the Free Mod 3 speed pick, and now have a 3-1 hold over that match. That would be an absolutely absurd upset if that happened.
That's absolutely insane. So yeah, be sure to have that match tabbed open as well. Things are getting spicy on the B-Stream. Once again, to remind people of the seedings on that, that is 4th seeded Russia against 13th seeded China. The winner of that match would get Germany in the quarterfinals. And as for the winner of this match, currently before us, I believe it will be the loser of, yes, it'll be the loser of Canada-Poland that will play the winner of this match next week.
Oh, imagine Poland-Romania. That's just a classic matchup at this point.
Or either of these teams and Poland. That'd be kind of funny just to keep the Eastern European thing going. But obviously Poland, I think, will have other ideas.
That they will. I think they're a very hungry team this year. Going up against another early round juggernaut like Canada, I like their chances.
Indeed. Don't want to miss that match later on in the weekend as well. But here we go. Hidden number 2. Round number 4. Flover, Temezi, 42. Visteri, the lineup for Belarus, against Nanoya, Lucrece, Etienne, and Alex Balea.
The most comparable map to this so far in the tournament, I believe, would be something like the Hidden 1 from qualifiers, where they got a couple of B ranks on some of their runs. So, hope for Belarus they can have a little bit of a better experience on this. We see a couple chain misses from Etienne to actually throw the early lead in favor of Belarus. Temezi Pro goes down as well, but Floverus and Visteri are going to hold on to a couple of FCs to keep this one close.
Yeah, Alex Balea also found a miss as well. Etienne, Alex Balea, and Visteri also finding misses. Now it's going to keep it close to Noya going down as well. 42 trades. Only Lucrece for Romania. Flover goes down, and now there's nothing for Belarus. Lucrece, the lone pillar remaining. Nobody else could seem to find any form of consistency. 35k for Romania at the halfway mark.
Yeah, a little bit dicey for everyone, it appears, in this lobby. But Romania, just because they have LCRS, Lucrece, they're going to be able to take a pretty good lead on this one.
And now at this point, Belarus are just at the mercy of Lucrece, unfortunately. If Lucrece does not find a miss, this map is over.
And then this slow part is not doing Belarus any favors. Lucrece can just build up that big combo. Still on the 99% as well. ETN and 42MS going to drop on that buzz slider and back into the thick of it. Floverus is going to find a break. They need Lucrece to break now if they want to have a chance, but he's already brought the lead up to 300k, and he does go down. He goes down.
But is there enough time? I don't know if there's enough time or combo, but Visteri and Temezi Pro are here for Belarus, and they're going to give it a solid shot here at the end, but I don't think they have enough combo and time as Flover and 42 just not having their best runs on this, unfortunately. Temezi Pro will go down, and that will seal it. A solid attempt from Visteri here at the end, but alas, to no avail. Lucrece doing the Lord's work, securing the point. 4-0 Romania.
Yeah, it was a really good attempt from Belarus there. Visteri, Temezi Pro, and Floverus all getting pretty good scores on that. But Nanoya and Lucrece, 2 of those veteran Romanian players, coming in clutch once again on the Hidden Flowtech.
And man, we're seeing all different people on this side of Belarus here step up and really put in some effort here. Visteri, not one of the players we'd really mentioned prior to the match, but we know his name now, putting in a solid 600k on that. Just unfortunately could not match the one and only Lucrece.
That guy's been a demon in tournament. 3? Oh, quick Nomad 3.
Quick Nomad 3, yeah.
I'm really curious about this because they wanted to go the tapping route. They still had a Fremont 3 open as like a raw tapping, and then you still had hybrid tapping aim kind of thing in the DT1, but they're going to go for the alt map instead. And actually, no, I'm going to say it. Nanoya was complaining about the OD on this in map pool feedback earlier, about how the potential to chain miss on this on OD9 is there. Maybe Belarus looking at that.
Who knows what they're looking at here, but it could be their potential last pick of the World Cup if this does not work out for them. Nuo checking in for Belarus.
They're staking it all on this, the Nomad 3, this awkward alt map. Lots of really awkward aim in this one. You could even call it a reading map with how much of the awkward patterning is in this map. but I still think this is a decent pick against Romania for the same logic of the Nomad 4 being an okay pick.
And I mean, Nomad 4, that was one of those maps that was really close for Belarus until, the combos fell and it wasn't there. But Belarus have shown their skills and what they're capable of. They've shown that they've been very game on a few of these picks. We'll see if they can finally get one on the board here. Flover, Temazi Pro, 42MS, and Nuo, the roster for Belarus, against Nanoya, Lacris, ETN, and Origin.
This map can already see. This is not your typical comfortable alt map. Patterns are very awkward. And you can see it's claiming a lot of people. That's a four-way full reset for Belarus out of the beginning. The Lacris and Nanoya being the only ones to match it on Romania. Origin and ETN.
I mean, that's basically a full combo for Lacris. The miss was basically the first 10 combo. So not a good position here for Belarus.
Yeah, still doable. This map is fairly long, almost 3 minutes, so an early chain miss is not going to kill you, but that miss from 42MS traded with Lacris going to hurt a little bit more now at about the quarter-way mark.
And that miss from Nuo is going to hurt quite a bit for Belarus. They're going to need to see either ETN, Origin, or Nanoya drop here, preferably at least 2 of these 3 combos.
Oh, Temazi Pro is going to go down as well as Nuo. It's really bad right before the Ki section as 42MS drops as well. It's only Floverus alone with the combo for Belarus, where the big combos are all there for Romania.
The only thing that saves Belarus here is a team miss from Romania here in the midsection, and I just don't see that happening. Origin is going to find 1, but that's not the full team, and there's just so much combo. ETN will also get score cap, but I still don't think that's enough.
It's just not. They need a chain miss, and they need it now. It's already 400k of lead for Romania, for God's sake.
Yeah, they need to see Nanoya and Lacris fall. ETN's miss was Client. We got debated there by Bancho, so this one is indeed over. I was about to ask why the score was not coming down after that miss, but classic case of Client debating us, and unfortunately for Belarus, this is how their World Cup journey will come to an end. But they certainly gave it their all and looked really competitive on a few of these picks. It just unfortunately went sour for them in the critical moments.
Yeah, it's just the unfortunate fate of being the 32 seed. You have to go up against some really tough matches early on. And that's just kind of what affected Belarus here.
Romania, they're going to come away with the sweep victory here. They'll get set to take on the loser of Canada and Poland next week. But for Belarus, it's a GG, well played. And congratulations on qualifying on your first OSU World Cup. We hope to see you back next year. And that's how the cookie crumbles, Miles.
That it is.
Man, your heart just breaks because so many times did Belarus look so good. You just wanted to see him get a point, and they really had a couple chances there. Just, unfortunately, the team consistency was not able to pull through against a seasoned team like Romania. But for Romania, it's a big win.
Yeah, very good for the confidence of Romania after taking such a brutal loss to the hands of Brazil last week. And for Belarus, we all remember last year, Kazakhstan, 32nd seed, making a lot of noise, but we have to remember that's not something that you can see every day. Belarus had their hands full with this Romania team who just looked dominant throughout the match on all types of picks. It never really looked like a question whether they would win this match or not. And they're going to move on to the quarterfinals weekend into losers bracket round 2.
Indeed, and let me tell you, folks, losers bracket round 2 is already looking stacked. We only have one match that we know of that's set for that next weekend in that stage, and that's Norway versus Indonesia.
Oh my god.
In losers bracket round 2.
If you told me that would be a matchup in losers round 2 before the tournament, I would have called you crazy because both of those teams, I think I had both of those teams in my top 16. One of them in my top 12. Like, that is such a brutal matchup this early.
I tell you, the World Cups are getting crazier and crazier every year. Also, want to update you on the score of the other match. It is currently 3-2 in favor of China over the Russian Federation, but I believe they are on China's third pick over on the B stream.
And so
you can go check that out.
Definitely go check that out. Meanwhile, for us, Kazakhstan versus Ukraine. That match is going to be crazy. It will be on the A stream in about 25 minutes, so be sure to keep this tab open for that. Until then, I recommend you check out the B stream. That Russia versus China match is still ongoing. But until then, I've been Miles with Doland. Hope you all have a good rest of your day.
Bye, banners!